I have one word for you: persistence. Nothing in this world can take the place of good old-fashioned stubbornness. Not talent. The world is full of unsuccessful men with talent. Not genius. Unrewarded genius is practically a cliche. I was 52 years old, selling 5-spindle milkshake mixers that nobody wanted, driving across the Midwest like a loser in a cheap suit. I had ulcers, a nagging wife, and a bank account that looked like a crime scene. But then, I got a call from a tiny burger joint in San Bernardino, California. They wanted 8 mixers. 8. That's 40 shakes at once. I thought they were crazy, or I was hallucinating. I drove across the desert to see what kind of madhouse needed that much dairy. And what did I find? The future. It was McDonald's. No cigarette machines, no jukeboxes, no waitresses on roller skates messing up your order. Just a bunch of guys in paper hats moving like they were in a synchronized ballet. I bought a 15-cent burger, sat on a bench, and it hit me like a freight train. This wasn't just a restaurant, it was a goddamn symphony of efficiency. I met the brothers, Dick and Mac. Nice guys. Pure. They showed me their speedy system, a kitchen designed like an assembly line. They had the heart, but they didn't have the stomach. They were happy with one successful shop and a walk-in freezer full of quality control. I looked at those golden arches and I didn't see a burger stand. I saw a new American church. And it was time for everyone to take communion. I talked them into letting me franchise the place. I signed a contract that was basically a legal straitjacket. I couldn't change a single pickle without their written permission. At the time, I didn't care. I just wanted to plant that flag in every town in America. I went back to Illinois and started recruiting. At first, I went to my wealthy country club buddies. Big mistake. Those guys are soft. They wanted to sit on their asses and collect checks while the kitchens turned into pigsties. I realized I didn't need investors. I needed hungry lions. I needed people who were struggling to pay their mortgages, people who would scrub a floor with a toothbrush if it meant moving up. The arches started going up everywhere, but there was a problem. The bigger I got, the more I was bleeding cash. My cut of the profits was pathetic. I was mortgaging my house just to keep the lights on, while the McDonald brothers were sitting in their cozy bungalow in California, rejecting every idea I had to save money. I wanted to use a powdered milkshake mix to save on refrigeration costs, a genius move, and Dick screamed at me over the phone like I was trying to poison the Pope. Then I met Harry Sonneborn. He looked at my books and gave me the holy grail of business advice. Ray, you're not in the burger business. You're in the real estate business. I started a new company. I bought the land and then I leased it back to the franchisees. If they didn't follow my rules, I'd kick them off the property. Suddenly, I had the leverage. I bypassed the brothers' contract by owning the dirt they stood on. When you have a man by the throat, you don't let go until he's done breathing. The war was on. Dick called me unprincipled. He said I was stealing their name. I told him the truth. Business is war. It's dog eat dog, rat eat rat. If my competitor was drowning, I'd walk over and put a hose in his mouth. I didn't need their permission anymore. I bought them out for $2.7 million, a king's ransom at the time. I agreed to a 1% royalty on a handshake deal because I didn't want it on the legal papers. Did they ever see a dime of that royalty? Take a wild guess. I even forced them to take their own name off their original shop. I opened a brand new McDonald's right across the street from them and watched them go out of business. Petty, maybe, but that's how empires are built. People call me a villain. They say I stole a dream, but a dream without a shark to protect it is just a nice thought. Dick and Mac had the system, but they didn't have the fire. They wanted to stay in San Bernardino. I wanted to conquer the world. Dick asked me once, "Why didn't you just steal our idea? You saw the whole kitchen. Why buy us out?" The answer is simple. It was the name, McDonald's. It sounds like America. It's warm, it's friendly, it's a place where you belong. You can't build an empire on Croc's Burgers. Nobody wants to eat at a place called Croc's. Sounds like a swamp. The story of the founder isn't some feel-good rags to riches tale. It's the cold, hard truth about capitalism. Success doesn't go to the person who thought of the idea first. It goes to the person who wants it the most, the one who is willing to do the dirty work while everyone else is sleeping. The world is a cruel place, and if you aren't the one holding the hose, you're the one who's drowning. So, the next time you see those golden arches, don't think about the burger. Think about the man who had the balls to take it and turn it into a kingdom. I'm not an inventor. I'm a winner. And in this country, that's the only title that matters.